Hello, my name is Jared Turner, and today I will be showing you my XAMPP WordPress project for Computer Science 380. So we can see here my basic WordPress web page. This is just a few posts that I've written and created through different accounts, but we'll get into that briefly a little bit later. I just want to explain the structure that's involved in creating this WordPress page. So in order to do this, we must use XAMPP, which serves as basically an interface between our computer and this module. The XAMPP allows our computer to become a host server. So this is a locally hosted WordPress server. This application comes from Bitnami, which has several different modules that if you look at this diagram here, the modules sit on top of the XAMPP components and the server from the computer, allowing us to have our own servers through our own computers. This is very different from just going on WordPress and setting up your own WordPress page. This is creating the WordPress server, which allows us to do much more on the back end rather than just going onto WordPress and running off of their server. So from this WordPress server, we're allowed to do a lot more customization, add more users to this. It's just a lot more in detail. We can see the front end and back end aspects of this. So just to take you a little deeper into the actual WordPress account here that we have, we can click on take us to the admin page. Here at this admin page, I've just changed the background color. Nothing very drastic, at least. But you can do a lot of customization through here. You can customize your site. Here is some PHP, which I believe, well, this is PHP, but it's more of a diagram aspect of it. So you can come here, you can add titles, you can change colors, which happens within the code of the theme, which I can show in a little bit later. We can save that. Now that's our background color. We can add menus, menu locations. I don't have any of the widgets for custom menus, but we can add that. We can add a background image, change the theme. These are currently we're running with I believe the 2015 theme, but if we chose to use a different theme, you can get a live preview of it here. This aspect of the server almost kind of reminds me of something Tumblr has done. Tumblr has a lot of, you can interact with the themes. They also run like a HTML kind of documentation where, users can write their own lines of code to set up their own kind of web page. But this customization interface allows it to be much more easier for users to change things about their page. Just to take it a little deeper, there's several plugins that you can install onto your current WordPress site. So if we want to add a new plugin, we just click on Add New. You can go into Popular and check out some of the things that are here currently. So we have things that specifically, let me find a good one. So you can add, so here, Google Analytics by Monster Insights. You can connect your Google Analytics account with WordPress. You can basically just get the stats on how many people come to your site. But this is just a simple plugin that will allow it to, integrate with your other technology. There's others such as WordPress Importer, imports pages and other things from a WordPress export file. This contact form. I think I have the contact form active right now. We can check that out. So in the contact form, it just allows you to speak with other people through the mail plugin. So this is a little thing I set up. Contact form. Send me questions about my dog. So say from here I could send emails out to whoever through this is run through an email server already. I can type in different, like here it says use HTML content type, so you can type in different languages or so. Put different messages here. If someone fills out my form and like I changed one of these, so the URL that the sender is invalid, I can change the response to anything. I just have full control now of how my website reacts to a client or a user using it on the outside. So this is just all the back end stuff. I have like a lot more control through using it as a server than I would just going onto the website and just making my own WordPress. You don't have as much control here. So yeah, so there's a lot of plugins that you can use. I also took advantage of, if we go back to my site, to my actual WordPress site, we can see that I left this post and this post, which is a chat, this is a simple text, as a different user. So this is my main admin account, which is root, which I use from the same login and password and stuff from my XAMPP. But you can create different users within your server here. So if you go back to the admin level, there's a thing that says users. So these are all the users that I've added. So we have Corey Turner, Jared Turner. Jared Turner is just a subscriber, so they don't have as much access to, what the site can do on the front end. Corey is an author, so they can do a couple. They can post. They don't have as much control over the site. Me being an administrator as root, I can add new users. I can change the task of these users. So you have just a lot more control on this outer side. I've ran into a couple problems though through this. My XAMPP seems to, it's working clearly because I'm able to access this, but I get these errors. Let me pull them on the screen. I've gotten a couple errors that I just didn't really understand. So here I have, these errors have occurred, but I'm clearly using the XAMPP program because I'm on my locals. If it wasn't running, I wouldn't be able to get to this localhost site. But I don't think it's necessarily been a problem. It's just been a little difficulties. But the fact that you could use WordPress as a server and have so much more power in controlling what you do. You can also even create your own themes through, I believe the website is Codex. I want to say Codex for WordPress, and this just allows you to learn some basics for coding, PHP and HTML for themes, and how else you can use the WordPress as a server. You can just do a lot as an admin and using XAMPP to be a server WordPress user rather than coming through their server. So this project taught me a lot about how to run a server-based module. You can see you have a lot more control over things, and this can be used several different ways. One being, like I said, there's many different modules. If this was specific to the WordPress, but there's several different modules that you can have ran as a server and interact with outside of your current computer. But that's my project. Thank you.